Princess Caroline of Hanover opens an exhibition in Larvotto. The Royal Court of Bhutan makes a major announcement in Thimphu. Queen Mathilde of the Belgians attends a concert in Brussels. And Crown Prince Frederik of Denmark kicks off the 2023 School Olympics Finals. All this and much more coming up next on your Royal Daily News. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Alexandra, and this is your Royal Daily News for June 14th, 2023. In Billund, His Royal Highness Crown Prince Frederik of Denmark attended the 2023 School Olympics Finals. The School Olympics, organized by the Danish Sports Confederation with the support of the Ole Kirk Foundation and the Nordea Foundation, is open to students from classes 0 to 8. The students participate in various events at, quote, local meetings throughout the country, which culminate in the finals for the qualified classes. All sports in the School Olympics are taught at the children's level in a fun and different way, based on 3 School Olympic values: community, skill, and fair play, end quote. This year, 7,000 students from classes 4 to 8 from 178 schools from 59 different municipalities participated in today's finals, with over 50,000 school students having taken part in the initial qualifying events. The purpose of the School Olympics is to motivate the students towards an active and healthy lifestyle, both inside and outside of school, and thus increase the well-being of the students. Prior to the opening ceremony, the Crown Prince participated in an all-important warm-up, tried his hand at archery and cricket, as well as gave a nice royal pep talk. In the evening, the Crown Prince, accompanied by Her Royal Highness Crown Princess Mary of Denmark, attended an official dinner on the occasion of the meeting of Denmark's honorary councils held at the Opera in Copenhagen. Meanwhile, Her Royal Highness Princess Benedicte of Denmark, as patron, presided over the presentation of the H.S.H Foundation International Research Prize in Charlottenlund. Held every 2 years, the H.S.H Foundation International Research Prize, worth 1 million Danish krone, roughly $145,000 US, is presented to a researcher who has made, quote, particularly a significant effort to develop new methods or knowledge within the field of cerebral palsy across all aspects of human function, including motor, sensory, cognitive, psychological, and social conditions, end quote. The recipient of the prize went to Dr. Richard Lieber for his research and treatment of muscle contractures in people with cerebral palsy. For over 35 years, Dr. Lieber has excelled as one of the world's leading researchers in the field of cerebral palsy. He has published more than 300 research papers and has been involved in over 50 book chapters. In Oslo, their Royal Highnesses, Crown Prince Haakon and Crown Princess Mette-Marit of Norway, on the occasion of their 50th birthdays, participated in a literary conversation with young urban writers, content creators, and cultural personalities held at the Literature House. According to the Norwegian Royal Court, the panel, quote, are representatives of a new wave of new and important voices in Norwegian literature, end quote. Participating in the conversation were poet and social debater and student Sarah Zahid, award-winning author of youth books, and who also works with young people as an environmental therapist, Netta Ali, rapper Gabriel Plaza Doria, and 19-year-old novelist Oliver Lovensky. Prior to the literary conversation, the Crown Princess noted that, quote, their voices expand our perception of what it means to be human in Norway in 2023. In your own way, you create texts that touch and change us. What you write helps to create and shape a new Norway, a Norway of today. And it is a Norway that is slightly different and much more diverse than when the Crown Prince and I were your age. And that is why what you create is so incredibly important. It says something about who we are and what Norway is. Their voices carry far. They whisper and they shout and they tell us where the fire is. They give us direction. Sometimes it gives much, much more hope, and other times, despair. But they expand in their own way our perception of what it means to be human in Norway in 2023. End quote. Last evening in Brussels, Her Majesty Queen Mathilde of the Belgians attended the closing concert of the 2023 Queen Elizabeth competition held at the Beaux-Arts. On Tuesday afternoon, His Majesty King Philippe of the Belgians arrived in Amman, Jordan for a 2-day working visit. In the evening, His Majesty the King held a meeting with His Majesty King Abdullah II of Jordan at Bet al-Urdun. During the meeting, the two kings discussed the deep-rooted ties between the two countries and its people, as well as ways to expand cooperation across all sectors. Thereafter, His Majesty King Abdullah II hosted a dinner in honor of King Philippe's visit to Jordan. This morning, His Majesty King Abdullah II, as Supreme Commander of the Jordan Armed Forces Arab Army, and His Majesty King Philippe, accompanied by the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Major General Youssef Hanneti, the Belgian Defense Minister, and the Ambassador of Belgium to Jordan, and senior officers from Jordan and Belgium, witnessed a joint military exercise at the King Abdullah II Special Operations Training Center. The military exercise was carried out by the King Abdullah II Special Forces Group, the 101st Special Unit of the Jordan Armed Forces, and the Belgian Special Forces Group. The exercise simulated operations in urban areas to counter terrorism and engage in close-quarter combat. Prior to the exercise, Their Majesties were briefed on the scenario of the drill, which is aimed at bolstering defense cooperation between the two countries and enhancing coordination. Their Majesties also viewed an arms exhibition showcasing the devices, equipment, and ammunition used in the military exercise. After the completion of the military exercise, Their Majesties, quote, commended the professionalism and the distinguished skills demonstrated by the participants in the exercise. End quote. In Amman, Her Majesty Queen Rania of Jordan presided over the presentation of the 2022-2023 cycle of the Queen Rania Award for Excellence in Education Award ceremony held at the Royal Cultural Palace. In her capacity as the chairperson of the QRAEE's Board of Trustees, Her Majesty the Queen presented the trophies and certificates to the recipients of the 17th edition of the Distinguished Teachers Awards, the 5th edition of the Distinguished School Counselor Awards, and the 3rd edition of the Excellent Supporting Directorates Awards, in recognition of their exceptional contributions to education in Jordan. In Fotes, His Royal Highness Hereditary Grand Duke Guillaume of Luxembourg visited Bamilux, a boutique carpentry business specializing in dry finishing, interior joinery, painting, and, well, other finishings. Established in 1976, Bamilux, which employs just over 70 people, is fully committed to an eco-responsible approach in accordance with several of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Renewable energies, the circular economy, and water-saving policy are among the company's, quote, flagship actions, end quote. During today's visit, the Hereditary Grand Duke was given a tour of the facility by the owner of Bamilux, Mr. Sebastian Jungen, as well as, I don't know what else he did, but it looks like he had fun at Bamilux. Meanwhile, His Royal Highness Grand Duke Henri of Luxembourg visited the Languette Mill Pond and Nature Reserve, a stone's throw from the village of Colmarberg. According to the Corps Grand Ducal, the 30-acre protected area is unique in the region and is inhabited by, quote, exceptional flora and fauna, including 16 species of dragonflies, some of which are very rare, end quote. On Tuesday, His Serene Highness Hereditary Prince Alois of Liechtenstein was in Washington, D.C. to attend a, quote, series of congressional meetings on current geopolitical challenges and bilateral relations, end quote, according to the Embassy of the Principality of Liechtenstein, Washington, D.C. In Thimphu, it was announced that Their Majesties King Jimne Kesar Namgyal Wangchuck and Queen Jetsun of Bhutan are expecting their third child due sometime in early fall. In a statement, Their Majesties wanted to, quote, thank everyone for their continued good wishes and prayers, end quote. In Biarritz, His Majesty King Philippe VI of Spain and His Majesty King Willem-Alexander of the Netherlands attended several working sessions held under the theme Accelerating the Energy Transition in Europe, Green Hydrogen Maritime Corridor between Southern and Northern Europe, Algeciras, Rotterdam, held at Puerto de Algeciras. Yesterday afternoon in Cartagena, Colombia, Her Majesty Queen Letizia of Spain, accompanied by representatives of the Agencia Española de Cooperación Internacional para el Desarrollo, AECID, and the First Lady of the Republic of Colombia, visited the village of Villahermosa, outside the city center of Cartagena. The purpose of the visit was to learn about the work being carried out by the Fondo de Cooperación para Agua y Saneamiento, FCAS, in the village. During their visit, Her Majesty the Queen and the First Lady toured the new FCAS facility, as well as visited several houses to, quote, check the improvements made to the supply of drinking water and sanitation with the help of the project, end quote. In the afternoon, Her Majesty the Queen, accompanied by the Spanish Secretary of State for International Cooperation, Ms. Pilar Cancela, and the Spanish Ambassador to the Republic of Colombia, attended a luncheon hosted by the First Lady of the Republic of Colombia at Casa del Marqués de Valdehoyos. Thereafter, Her Majesty the Queen, accompanied by the Minister of Culture of Colombia, visited the Escuela Taller de Cartagena, where they viewed a photo exhibition about the history of the school as well as met with teachers and students. According to the Spanish Royal Court, the Escuela Taller de Cartagena was established in 1992 with the support of the AECID, with the aim of contributing to training for work and generating opportunities for young people at risk of social exclusion in traditional trades. Since then, more than 7,500 young people have been trained in activities related to cultural heritage, improving their chances of employability and participating in projects that directly benefit their communities. The day ended with Her Majesty the Queen returning to the AECID Training Center to participate in a meeting with representatives of the Spanish community linked to the AECID in Colombia. In Den Bosch, Her Majesty Queen Maxima of the Netherlands, as honorary chairwoman of Mind Us, and the Minister of Education, Culture and Science, attended the presentation of the report entitled Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger at the Fontes High School. According to RVD, the Ministry of Education, Culture and Science, the Trimbos Institute, the Expertise Center for Inclusive Education, and the National Institute for Public Health and the Environment recently conducted research into the stress and pressure to perform among students in higher and scientific education. As a result of the report, a guide was developed with solutions for colleges, universities, students, and the government to, quote, prevent or reduce stress and pressure to perform, end quote. In the evening, Their Majesties King Willem-Alexander and Queen Maxima of the Netherlands hosted a gala dinner for members of the diplomatic corps held at the Royal Palace in Amsterdam. The theme of this year's gala is Science. In Larvotto, His Serene Highness Prince Albert II of Monaco, Her Royal Highness Princess Lala Hasna of Morocco, and Her Royal Highness Princess Hala bin Khalid bin Sultan Al Saud of Saudi Arabia participated in the United Nations Decade of Ocean Science for Sustainable Development Third Foundation's Dialogue High-Level Panel held at the Monte Carlo Bay Hotel and Resort. And finally, on Monday in Larvotto, Her Royal Highness Princess Caroline of Hanover and Mrs. Charlotte Kazaragi Rassam arrived at the Nouveau Musée National de Monaco, Luxembourg, to attend the opening of the exhibition entitled Santos Ospi by Brazilian artist Mr. Mauro Restif and curated by Miss Cecilia Bernasconi. Princess Caroline is a president of the Musée's board of directors and the president of the acquisition committee of the Nouveau Musée National de Monaco. And there you have it. Thank you all so much for joining me this evening. I will be back tomorrow on Thursday, June 15th, with all the latest royal news. Until then, I wish you all a wonderful evening and a great day tomorrow. Bye-bye.